Hello, it's Thursday, the 15th of March, and yeah, usually it's me checking the date, and today it is Kat.
Hello.
This is Kat from Mrs Hurried Mum. Kat's been up to have a visit and have a look round, and agree with me that it's a lot smaller in real life than it looks on the camera, and the other bits are much bigger in real life than they look on the camera.
The garden is much bigger. The palace and the barn is a little bit smaller.
Yeah.
But it's still awesome.
Thank you.
I'd buy it.
It's not for sale. So yeah, Kat has a channel in which she shares her life stuff. She's got some chickens.
I do. I have 6 chickens. One has just hatched 2 babies, which wasn't expected. So that was an experiment. I didn't even think they were fertile, and they were, and there you go.
Nice. She's got children. That's a really nice video of the kids bouncing on the trampoline
with no shoes on
in the snow.
In the snow.
Yeah, I like that.
That was a cold day for feet.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So today has consisted mostly of being social.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. So I've done a load of cooking this morning. So Kat, who is a vegetarian, arrived to a kitchen that smells like a meat restaurant.
Yes, meat lovers, beef eater, liver concoction.
Yeah,
nice.
But I did make cake, and
it was very tasty.
So that was the lemon cake with the lemon curd in it and the honey across the top, and it did all right.
It went down lovely. It
was good. Yeah. And well, other than that, we've just been talking. So we haven't had the camera on because we were just chatting and we didn't think about putting the camera on. And you probably don't want to hear our boring domestic chat anyway. So if you haven't come across Kat's channel yet, I do urge you to go and have a look at it. I'll leave a link up there and in the information below.
Thumbs up for me. It is awesome here. I will come again in the summertime.
In the
if
summertime.
I'm allowed.
Yeah, of course you are.
Yes.
In the summer, it's lovely here. There's very little respite from the sun because there's so little shade.
Yeah.
So few trees across the main part of it. So you do get.
Oh, it's open and lovely here. My garden is overshadowed by trees and gargantua. My hedge, well, my neighbour's hedge, it's 4 metres high.
Oh, good grief.
And it shades all of my allotment area for most of the year.
Nice. Not nice.
So the ends, I'm south west facing. So my garden next to Gargantua gets sun at around 2 o'clock. But in the afternoon, no. So all my growing spaces that side.
Yeah.
The other side, and we've raised beds to try and kind of get some sun. But we grew quite a lot last year, so it's fine. We just put the chickens in the shady spot.
Yeah, and they'll be pleased with that.
They
don't
happy.
Particularly like it.
When the sun hits them in the summertime at 2 o'clock, they're all like puffed out and trying to get away from it and super uncomfortable. So it's fine.
Good. Well, Kat has headed off back to her home, and I need to get on with finishing off those meals that I started cooking this morning and get them into the freezer. But just a couple of bits of news. The small copper Moran chick that we brought in yesterday because she wasn't very well, really sadly, she hasn't made it. She has died, and I'm really sad because she was the only copper Moran girl that we have. So I will go back to the breeder and ask if I could buy some more eggs so that we can have a couple more copper Moran girls. The good news is that we do still have the one little copper blue Moran boy, and when he gets to the appropriate age we can pop him into a breeding pen with the copper black girls. which will at least give us a next generation of dark brown egg layers. But I really would like some copper blue girls, and I'd actually quite like some more cuckoo morans as well. So that will be a conversation to have with the breeder that we got the eggs from later in the year. First thing this morning, I got a delivery, and I was expecting it, so it wasn't a complete surprise. I just wasn't expecting it first thing, but that made it even nicer. A week or so ago, my daughter sent me a link to a post on social media where a company called Heck Foods were offering to send people sausages to try. Well, yes please. And these were 2 different types of sausages that didn't have any skin on them, so it was just the sausage meat. Very nice. What a nice gift to have. So rather than trying them separately, I put them into a loaf tin, alternating them. So I've got almost a checkerboard effect meatloaf of sorts. And that's turned out really well. So we will be having that for supper tonight with some Greek gigantes beans and some runner beans. I really like that. We're just at that time of year when there's less and less of those big fill you up stews that leave you warm and cosy, and we're just moving into some slightly lighter food, and it's really nice to have the change. But having said that, for pudding we're having stewed blackberry and apple and some of the lemon cake that I made earlier on, and warming and filling because Mr J has had a particularly long day at work. I always feel for him when it's as cold as it is outside, and it is quite nippy today. It's not wet anymore, but it is getting quite nippy. So I do feel for him, and he is out trudging the streets delivering people's mail. And it makes me very grateful for the job that our postmen do. Isn't it funny how you don't necessarily think about people's roles at work unless you have a friend who's doing that job or a member of your family. I, to be honest, probably haven't given people like postmen and delivery people, ambulance crews, all those sorts of people who are doing jobs regardless of the weather. Builders, roofers, the guys that mend the roads, the list goes on and on. But it is that funny thing, and unless you know someone, you don't necessarily think about them being out in all weathers. Well, that's it for me today. I want to say thank you to Kat for coming over and spending the morning with me. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one, and I also hope you can join me again tomorrow.